Donald, what do you imagine the future of Alaska looking like?
I imagine Alaska where we're building projects, we're moving forward, we're building things. I mean, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we were building mega projects, we were building roads, we were building Alaska, we were developing our resources. And as I look forward into the future, if that's something we need to continue to be doing, we need to have not just focused on now, but focused on what Alaska is going to look like in the next 10 years. And I think leadership from Treg is going to deliver that.
Where do you hope to see Alaska in the next couple of years?
So I would love to see Alaska back the way that it was when I was a kid. I mean, growing up here in Anchorage, born and raised, third generation Alaskan, like Anchorage is my home. And when I was a kid, it was a place that we could safely walk downtown and we didn't have to worry about those types of things. And I've watched, as someone who's worked downtown for many, many years, I've watched as that level of safety has deteriorated greatly. I also have watched as our school districts have suffered, where we have more money, but somehow that money's not making it into the classroom. I have 3 young kids who are all growing up in the Anchorage School District, and I want to see them thrive the way that I thrived. And I know that Treg's the guy that's going to be able to get that done.
I hope to see Alaska in the next couple of years with a new pipeline, with new jobs. I work construction. I am a commercial construction inspector, and we do a lot of work here in town, but the workload could be improved. And in order to improve the workload in Anchorage for construction, somebody has got to do something to stimulate the economy. The ability is there to stimulate the economy. Somebody needs to take the reins and make it happen.
Who's the leadership to make that happen?
Well, that's a pretty easy question to answer. Of all the candidates that I've seen, I'm not a real politically watching person, but Treg has got a lot of experience. Treg has been the Attorney General. Treg has worked with firms in Anchorage that has put him in the position to work with the economy and to help stimulate the economy and help push the economy. When he worked with ASRC and with McKinley Capital, Treg knows what's going on. He's in touch. He's not just a person that says, hey, I can do this, I can do that. He's got personal experience. He's got the ability to fall back onto his experience and push good ideas forward to make this happen. So Treg Taylor, I think Treg Taylor is the one to do this.
Why are you supporting Treg Taylor?
I've talked with Treg many times, and he's so passionate about his beliefs and also seeing change in Alaska. He has fought really hard, and he is extremely passionate about the projects that he has already changed, and I'm excited for what his future plans are.
Hi, my name is Tammy Hogue, and I am here supporting Treg Taylor for governor. Let me tell you why that I think that he'd make a great governor. First and foremost, as I have been in the PTA for several years in the Anchorage School District with my children, I know that Treg is very concerned about education, especially making sure that our children are getting the best education. Our Alaska children deserve a great education for Alaska. That includes making sure that they have a higher than a 4th grade level education. Right now, Alaska is the second to the last in the nation, and we need to make that better. And I know that Treg will be able to do that for us.
Why are you supporting Treg Taylor?
I've known Treg for 10 years. We fish together. We do lots of things together, Northern Lights chasing and things like that. I'm a small business owner, and the more people that move to Alaska, the more business that I'm going to have. We're in the moving industry, and I strongly believe that Treg's policies are going to bring businesses and people to Alaska. But more importantly, he's good for Alaska.
The other thing that I love about supporting Treg is his stance on law. As the Attorney General, I am so grateful for him understanding law, but also understanding the importance of sustaining the Constitution and the laws of the land. Now, I've got to tell you a really funny story about Treg because I had to get him back one time. For years, I have been singing in the state of Alaska for about 40 years, and in those 40 years, I have sung at so many funerals, so many weddings, and have just had the pleasure of doing so. I was singing one time, and Treg came up to me and he said, "Tammy, is there not anybody else who could sing besides you?" And I said, funny you should ask. So that day I called up a choir director and I said, Treg Taylor would love to join the choir. You need to call him.
Why are you supporting Treg Taylor?
I've known Treg for a very long time, and I think Treg is a very honest person. I trust Treg in my own personal life to help me when I need help. He's always been there if I call. Treg, a lot of times, has dropped what he's doing with his family to come help me. Treg is, like I said, I think Treg is a very honest person, and I think he would do a really good job, and I think he'd do an honest job. I think he's got, well, I know he's got great morals and great ethics, and I don't think Treg would set those aside for anything. And so him as a governor, I think he would run the state in a manner that the state needs to be ran, in a manner that the state has not been ran in for a very long time. Treg is, like I said, a very honest person, and he has my vote.
So folks, please vote for Treg Taylor for governor. He will make an excellent governor for the state of Alaska. Thank you very much.